The lesson for today is a really simple, short lesson from Ecclesiastes. And if you would read it with me. Okay. He has made all things beautiful in its time. I want to talk today about hungering for beauty. I hope that the things that you wrote down made you mindful of the amount of beauty that surrounds you every day of your life. And how so much beauty is a matter of choice and of seeing. I sometimes think that the most frequent sin in my life is that I simply don't notice. I don't notice the beauty of the people around me. I don't take advantage of the beauty of the moment. I sometimes just travel through this beautiful world oblivious. And it makes me hard and callous and ungrateful. And I don't think that's the way we are to be. So to think a little bit more about beauty, I'm going to have some images up for you. And frankly, we could have spent all day here. And I could have spent pretty much all of the last 3 weeks thinking about images. But I just chose a few. Okay? So Phil's going to play a little bit for us. And if you would, just take some time to interact with these images. Okay? Thanks. So, I'm not even sure exactly what the definition of beauty is. I would guess we all have our own. But we do all agree on the fact that anything that's been created has beauty. And the one who did the creating has to be beauty somehow. He has made all things beautiful in its time. I want to say just a few things about beauty today. The first thing is that I think beauty inspires awe, finally. That there is something that when we are in the presence of a moment that's truly beautiful or a place that's breathtakingly beautiful, it just stops us dead in our tracks. And we just simply are in awe of it. It doesn't matter when it's the first day you hold your child in your hands. Or for me, one time, there's a picture in there of a park in California, but it reminded me of the Boundary Waters and one particular trip that I took with some friends. And one night we decided to go swimming out in the lake, just a few of us. And it was dark and the stars were out. And you know how those large, huge boulders just have moss on them and they just slide you out into the middle of the lake? And you feel so small. And the sky is so huge. And you realize it's not just this world and it's not just this universe, but there's a whole cosmos out there that we barely even can see, let alone understand. And it doesn't matter whether you're looking out through the Hubble telescope or whether you're looking through a microscope, whether it's something as simple as the elegance of DNA or the beauty of spiral galaxies. You just have to stand. And it creates awe. I think beauty also moves us towards gratitude. That in that moment you realize that you had nothing to do with this and that you are witness to something that's so incredibly intricate and gorgeous and powerful and small and huge. That somewhere you just want to say thank you for the privilege of being alive, for the ability to even comprehend a very small fraction of what actually is there. It moves us to want to say thank you to somebody in this world that made it all possible. I think beauty also then moves us finally to worship. That even if we don't have all of our theology in order, which, by the way, you never really do, no matter how many open questions there are in your life about how God works in this world, the appropriation of beauty inspires us to worship even when we don't have words for it. Beauty just makes us sing praise to God in our own way, each in our own ability. To give thanks, to give appreciation, and to just simply state how beautiful this world is that God has created. And being in a place of worship in your life is a good thing. It's not where many of us start out from. It's not a place that many of us enter into with any kind of ease or comfort. But we've all been there from time to time when our heart just moves us to sing praise to God, even if it's silent and contained in the dimensions of our own imagination. But to worship is an appropriate and life-giving thing. And beauty gets us there. And to see beauty in every moment, in every circumstance, in every person. And I'll say that again. To see beauty in every moment, in every circumstance, and in every person. And to fundamentally believe that that's true. That there is beauty in each moment, in each person, in each relationship, in each circumstance is an act of faithfulness. But to see beauty in every moment, in every person, in every circumstance is to see the world the way that Jesus saw the world. When you read through the Gospels, you realize there's nobody that is so broken or disfigured or dysfunctional or hurt or ostracized or unwelcome that Jesus doesn't walk into and see the beauty in that person, in that moment, in that circumstance, and call that beauty out to restore, to welcome, to embrace, to love, to lift up. And faith might be a lot of things, and perhaps an important part of that is to have all the right ideas about God. But I think more than that, more than anything else, faith is about seeing the world the way Jesus sees the world. To be able to see in every person the beauty that's there and call it out and nurture it. To see in every circumstance the beauty and the hope to see in every moment the possibilities of redemption and the reality of beauty in every moment is to see the world like Jesus saw it. And I think it is to have a complete faith. And to see like Jesus then finally leads us to live like Jesus. When Jesus asks us one thing, one profound, simple thing, to love each other and to love God, that all comes from awe, gratitude, to see beauty. Because if I see beauty in you, I will love you. If I see beauty in you, I will not harm you. To see beauty in you is to work for the best for you. And that's how Jesus asked us to live. And I often think that faith is more a matter of sight than it is anything else. Because from our sight comes compassion and gratitude and worship. He has made all things beautiful in its time. As you leave this place today, take that list with you and share it with somebody today. And over the course of this week and this day, take time to see the beauty in every moment, in every circumstance, in every person that you meet. Because in the seeing of that beauty, you will begin to live like Jesus, because you are able to see like Jesus. It's a beautiful world, and God has loved us in a beautiful and perfect way. And may we see and love this world as Jesus saw and loves this world. In Jesus' name.